What's going on, guys? Cruzin Podcast. We are back. We are better than ever. It's been some time since our last episode. We apologize for that. Today we're going to talk... Unbelievable. We're going to talk some Army of the Dead today. The Zack Snyder's new movie on Netflix just came out. It's over the weekend. It is currently right now Sunday. We got to watch it today. We just finished watching it. We're going to talk about it. So let's just jump right into it. First things first, before we start, just want to say thank you guys for always watching. Thank you to our new subscribers. Thank you to our sponsors that we do not have. Not yet, at least. But thank you guys for watching and sticking around. You guys have been great. Feel free to like and subscribe this video. We'll be coming back. We're going to have a lot more stuff, a lot more guests coming out soon. Very soon. It's going to be really exciting. So, all right. With that being said, let's start the episode. Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder's new movie. Dave Bautista's in it. A lot of hype around the Justice League. While all that was going on, Army of the Dead was coming out this year as well. So he has two big movies. So let's. What did you think of Army of the Dead? It's the zombie apocalypse movie, but it's not a. It's interesting because it's not a full global apocalypse.
I'm about to start singing for them.
Yeah, I know. It's not a full global apocalypse. It's like contained in this one area, and
which is cool.
These tribal zombies that are actually evolved, and they have like a thought process, and they're very tribal, and they're evolving. I like that concept. So before we even give our thoughts on it, I like the idea of it. I like the concept of it.
It was good. I just like the intro was cool. I thought that was gonna be the whole movie. I thought it was gonna be like the music, just killing zombies.
Yeah, like kind of like a fun, lighthearted.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more like an action comedy. But I was kind of surprised how it was trying to take itself serious.
Yeah, there was very dramatic elements to it.
Yeah, and
I was not expecting. At least the trailer didn't give off that vibe.
Yeah, because the way the style, like them on a circle, like shooting zombies. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be more like is it Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, just like your fun zombie action movie. Doesn't take itself serious, which I found that weird too, because the movie starts off that way, right? Like the movie literally starts off with like this married couple. They're just freshly married, and the guy's getting a blowjob while driving, and then accident, boom, the zombie comes out.
I love
there
how
you
they
go.
don't even check on him.
Yeah, they didn't even care about that guy.
Dude,
where's the package?
Dude, they destroyed.
What a way to start a zombie apocalypse. You are getting a blowjob.
No, what a way to go.
What a way to go. Getting a blow, what is that they call it? Roadhead. Roadhead on the road.
Dude, that guy was about to orgasm. He was about to climax.
That guy was not looking at the road.
That guy was climaxing and...
yeah, that's how he went. And started a whole zombie apocalypse. How do you feel?
Must have been really good.
Clearly. I mean, that guy was not looking at the...
eyes closed, swerving.
That thing was so good that he didn't care if he died that day. That guy was just in pure bliss.
Just pull
right into a military truck.
Just pull the car over.
Just finish the job. Finish the job. If you can't handle it...
That never ends well.
If you can't handle it, just pull over. Pull over. It's not worth it.
Like you're clearly something's gonna happen if you're getting a blowjob while driving.
That's something to think about now for the people listening. If you're in that situation and you're getting a blowjob while driving, think about this for a second.
Pull over.
There could be a military truck passing by you that might have a top secret zombie.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Think about it.
If you're being irresponsible, you could crash into that zombie truck.
Think about it.
Think about it. You could crash into that zombie truck and start an apocalypse. That could be your fault. Zack Snyder, I see what you're doing. He's a man of the people.
I can imagine the victims, just her mouth wide open. The guy
no, that guy was like... That guy had no chance.
With his nut face
He
out.
was not even looking at the road anymore. He was looking up. His eyes are rolled back.
Dude, you're getting a blowjob.
What a way to go. What a way to go.
You gotta pull over.
I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I've seen a zombie apocalypse start that way.
If you tell me in the Zack Snyder Justice League, that's what happened to that truck driver.
Zack Snyder definitely has this thing with either... It's like
a
thing with pleasure. It's a thing with pleasure while driving.
With the truck driver.
The truck driver in Justice League, he was enjoying that burger so much that he had to bend over, not pay attention to the road.
That guy was running over like everyone. He didn't give a shit.
He did not care about the road or what was in front of him. He wanted to get that cheeseburger. Here, this guy was getting a blowjob that blew his mind. Yeah. And sacrificed his life for it. What a way.
What a hero.
That aside, I did like the intro of like the zombies coming up the hill and you see the city. I thought that was actually a really cool shot.
The zombies are pretty scary too.
Zombies are pretty scary. I like the idea of them being kind of like
Well,
the alpha zombies.
It was practical.
Yeah, the very good makeup. Yeah, it was very good makeup.
Because most movies you just CGI it.
Yeah. The makeup was really good. I like the idea of like the alpha zombies, the lion zombie. There's
Tiger.
these different tiger zombie. Yeah, what am I saying? No,
Dumbass.
that's the. Never mind. the tigers. I said lion zombie. Oh, the Lion King. I did like that aspect of it. The action at times was really good. You know, Zack Snyder doing his thing. I think Dave Bautista actually did pretty good in this movie. I do agree with what people are saying. I think he actually does have some range. He's funny, like as Drax and stuff. He's good as like a side character. But here I was able to. I wish we could have got to see him in a Gears of War movie, or if that's still a possibility.
A Gears of War movie is too hard though.
But if there was a possibility of that, I can see that now. There's some shots in this movie, like the action scene where he's jumping on the tables.
Now doesn't make sense, at least for me, just because Gears is not. There's no hype around it anymore.
No, but if they can make a movie out of it, kind of like a spin-off story, yeah, it is hard.
It's like trying to make a Halo movie.
But seeing him in this movie, I was like, oh, you know what? He has range. He has like that drama.
He's built like a Gears of War.
He's built like a Gears character. Like that shot in the trailer where he's running and jumping the tables and shooting side to side. Seeing that in this movie, I was like, oh, I can see him in it. I can picture him with the Lancer. He has that brute force and
his chainsawing a locust.
Yeah. He was really good in this, and I can see him being in a more dramatic role. Gears of War would be a more like dramatic, but he also has like good like charisma and stuff. You know, like he bonds really well with the other actors in this movie. I thought the characters were pretty good for the most part. Some characters, you know, they're very over the top, but that's just the style of the movie. That's why I wish the movie went.
And it's crazy because Chris D'Elia
was supposed to be in it, yeah, and then he got axed. Yeah, he got axed.
But I wonder if he got cut out before the filming even started.
Yeah, I think so. I think just right before the filming, they're like,
because you remember that picture?
Yeah, and he had talked about it.
You remember that picture they showed? It was like the whole cast. And he was like there. Some like.
Yeah, he got cut out completely.
No, because that's great. Because that's another character that's supposed to be added, like another.
Yeah, probably, and yeah, understandably, we know why and stuff. But I wish the movie went all in on the fun action element, because there was a lot of dramatic elements in this movie that I felt didn't need to be there. It felt kind of like melodramatic. Like I just wasn't feeling it. It didn't need to be there because the movie would go from like, you know, Viva Las Vegas playing and all the zombies are getting killed and bombing over the Las Vegas, which is cool to see. It would go from that to Dave Bautista having a flashback about his wife and very dramatic and him crying. Again, Dave Bautista does well, but it's like two different tones in one movie. So I wasn't sure how to feel in this movie. There's times I'm like, oh, I feel good. It's pretty fun. Then I'm like, oh, why is it trying to be dramatic?
It was a little too long.
It is long. It's 2.5 hours. It didn't need to be that long either. There is a lot of it could be a little problematic at times when it didn't need to be. There's definitely certain elements in this movie where characters could have told characters certain things, or, you know, why didn't you do this in that situation? That would have prevented you from being in this situation. You know, a lot of that where it's just, again, problematic things to keep the movie going. So when you can spot those things, it's like, okay, maybe something could have been different too. Because if you can see that and feel that as an audience, then yeah, there's something wrong there. But I thought the zombies were actually pretty cool. They were scary. I liked the idea of them like evolving and being smarter. Like the alpha zombies, you know, how they were wearing like armor, because they know like their weak point is like the head, or like, you know, riding a horse, or, you know, the tiger zombie, stuff like that. I thought all that was actually pretty cool. The characters were fun. They were interesting. Some were a little over the top, but that's what was expected.
I didn't really like care about.
I liked the dynamic between
the locksmith, and the guy with the big saw.
With the big saw, yeah. I forgot their names because we don't really hear their names a lot in the movie. The movie's very just like, all right, we're in it. I did like the dynamic between those two. The guy with the big chainsaw, the guy from Power. He's in Power, I think, or Empire, one of those.
No, Power.
Power. He's really good in this, and I like the locksmith guy. He was actually pretty funny, and also like it was interesting. It was fun. I think the whole Bautista was good.
Other than that, I didn't really give a shit about the other ones.
Yeah, I thought the Bautista's friend was good as well. The woman, the Hispanic woman. I thought she was good too. I don't remember the character names. I don't remember their names because like it's not like that memorable where they're remember their names. It's a zombie movie, but I thought the characters were good.
I didn't get the daughter.
The whole daughter storyline didn't need to be there, especially when we got to see where the movie went and where it goes.
There's no point.
Didn't need to be there because it was like that. I get it, that dramatic element for Bautista's character, for his like character development.
Made no sense in this film.
I wish it just kind of stuck with the bond between those characters, make it fun. We don't have to be dramatic about it.
The heist.
Yeah, because it is interesting. Like a heist is like a casino heist film, but in the zombie quarantine zone. Because that's what it is. This is quarantine zone of zombies. So it's not like this global apocalyptic world. It's just in Vegas, which I found that actually pretty interesting. That's an interesting take.
And that was funny. They're doing like the zombie rights.
Yeah.
On the news. I was like, what?
Yeah. It was very like.
I was like,
it went into that whole territory about being infected. Like it was interesting because it's an interesting take on if that was to happen in real life. This probably would happen. You know.
You gotta nuke them.
What do? You got to quarantine that zone. And you got to figure out how to contain it.
I think
the people that do live there, how do you know if they're not infected or not and stuff like that's really interesting.
When can we go into spoilers? It's kind of like
we'll go into it now. Like we'll go into it soon, but it's solid. It's solid.
It's a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's like an average movie. It's on Netflix. Check it out. I there was times I was having fun with it. But then I was like, okay, but why is this getting too dramatic?
I thought it was going to be an action comedy.
Yeah, just a fun action zombie movie. Because those parts of it were fun. Because like the humor is very like, oh, this movie's not taking itself serious. But when we go from that to Dave Bautista like crying and this and like this very sad music, I was like, whoa, these two different tonal shifts is kind of throwing me off. Because then you'll have like those random music placements. To have them, like a Guardians of the Galaxy or something. And then you go from that to just very dramatic, over the top, this dramatic, melodramatic stuff.
Like he just had, like Zack Snyder has to just stick with one.
Yeah, I wish he just stuck with one because it's got to be one or the other. You can't mix both because it makes it weird. It doesn't know where to leave you. And Zack Snyder did direct it. He co-wrote it with 2 other writers, and it's his story. And he was DP. He was even the director of photography in this. So he shot all that on his own. You can tell he likes using that handheld, the depth of field. It's a lot like the epilogue in Justice League. Handheld, a lot of like the glare from the lighting and stuff. It's shot really well. And I definitely think the movie could have been shorter. A movie like this, make it shorter, make it more condensed. Let people have fun with it. Not everything needs to have like that dramatic storyline. Just let people have fun. Because with these characters, it is kind of fun. I like the locksmith guy. I like the guy from Power with the chainsaw who's like basically just a friend, like the brute force guy, So there's a lot of fun elements with that stuff. And good character dynamics. I
didn't like the ending.
I didn't like the ending either. I didn't like the ending. I just didn't like it. It could have been a little different, But again, a lot of problematic things that didn't need to be there. But the movie, it's solid. It's average. I like Zack Snyder. I really wanted to like it. There's some good action stuff in it, but then I also feel there's a lot of redundance with the whole one-shot, headshot tactic with action, where there's no...
what I mean, cool?
It gets boring after a while.
Cool if one of the characters had a sword.
Yeah, just something like that, right? Or like that chainsaw guy, but he never used it.
Or
that's more budget.
I would have liked if one of the female characters had like a samurai sword.
Yeah, something like that.
Or like 2 swords. And just
because the whole one shot in the head, I get that's how you kill zombies, but everybody's aim is so perfect that I was like, this is kind of getting boring. But I like, for example, there was a scene like that scene that we were talking about with Bautista like going crazy, where Bautista's using his brute force. He's using the gun and like knocking zombies over, and that's what I was telling you earlier. I wish there was a one shot of just him like stomping a zombie's head in. Again, like this Gears of War vibe. That's why I thought, I was like, man, I would love to see this guy in a Gears of War movie, at least one movie, you know. And I wish there was more of that, like Bautista using his brute force and taking down these zombies, because the whole one shot headshot stuff was kind of getting redundant after a while. But there were some cool shots in it. I really like Bautista. This movie made me want to see Bautista in a Gears of War movie.
Yeah.
The violence and the
trying,
action. He's been trying. He turned down a lot of stuff just to get Gears of War. But these studios execs have no sort of awareness with what people want. If there was a Gears of War movie to come out, I think people would be really excited. If it looks good and it's done well, I think that would be really awesome. And it could even bring back the hype for Gears of War. But that's a whole different discussion. But I think Dave Bautista would look great in the film as well.
Terry Crews. You got two.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you get like Terry Crews, make it kind of fun or something, you know? Because Terry Crews has the body type for it as well.
And
but,
like he's like Cole.
Yeah, he's like a Coltrane, something like that.
Yeah, like,
make it fun. But again, these studio execs, I don't know what they're so out of touch with the average moviegoer that they just don't understand it. Yeah. So, but no, guys. I mean, it's a solid movie. It's average. You know, it has good moments. There's times I had fun with it. We didn't get to see it in the theater. I would have loved to have seen it in the theater.
They didn't have it.
They didn't have it around here. No, they didn't have it here. But we'll jump into spoilers real quick. Talk about the ending, because we did want to like share our thoughts with the ending, which I thought was like, But yeah, I mean, it's a solid like 7 out of 10. You know, if you have Netflix, it doesn't hurt to watch it. You'll have some fun with it, and that's pretty much it. So we're gonna jump into spoilers right now, and so you've been warned. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Spoilers. So the ending. What did you want to start with first?
Well, the ending, I didn't like it because I feel like also the whole movie was like for nothing. I was like, okay, like so they did all that to get no money,
and everybody dies,
and they all die.
Literally everyone dies except the daughter. So the daughter's storyline doesn't matter.
Which doesn't make, and like how
she goes to save her friend because of the 2 kids,
who dies in the helicopter. Doesn't even check. Doesn't even give a shit.
A lot of like we just forgot about them.
And what was the point? Like, I feel like I was like, oh, so that was a waste of 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
because they don't get the money. They all die. That's it. And the guy is in the plane.
Bautista does give her daughter some money, and then she's gonna go.
That's like what?
And then the friend, the Saw guy, like the body. I forgot his name. I forgot the character's name, but he survives. He comes out of the vault. I don't know how, but he came out of the vault. I guess he opened it back up when.
Yeah, but does it make sense? Because
but they've dropped a nuke there, so that's pure radiation. How did he manage to walk out of there? And
well, he was dying anyway. So.
Unless maybe no, but he was bit. So, but yeah, so he comes out. He gets in the plane. He rents a private jet to go to Mexico, and then he finds out he's bit. He's infected. Again, it's open for a sequel. Zack Snyder did say if the fans want a sequel, I don't think there's going to be a sequel, but that's where it leads. I don't think
this movie is well received right now.
No,
I was reading comments on Netflix like that when they posted it, like everyone's just bashing it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like because again, those issues that it has, it hurts the movie a lot. You know, and
because the daughter really like. Why is she there?
That whole storyline was for nothing.
How did she even survive that helicopter crash? That's a bad crash.
Because if anything, she could have not gone. You know what I mean? Like that whole storyline with the friend, saving the friend when the friend ended up dying anyway. It didn't matter. They don't get the money. Everyone dies. So I was like, oh, so there's no resolution. There's nothing.
It was for nothing.
It was all for nothing. Yeah. Maybe that's the point. I don't know. But yes, I didn't really like the ending that much either. Because, I don't know, it was like, really? It wasn't a satisfying ending.
No, it just didn't.
It wasn't a satisfying ending.
It just didn't make sense.
It didn't. I understand Bautista dying. I figured he was going to die by the end. And like...
When it's all mushy,
yeah,
it's
with
like,
the daughter.
One of them is dying.
But I was like, damn, everybody dies?
Dude, when that girl died,
with the head. They just twist her head.
She's like, "Ay, papi."
Yeah, I kind of agree with who was it that said it? Was it Jeremy Jans? It was like for the sake of shock, but it kind of hurts the movie because you're actually getting invested with that character and Bautista's character, and then it's like, oh, what, she just died right in front of you. Yeah, you get that shock value, but I was like, oh, like I was actually kind of invested in this.
Where the scene was so like,
it was because you go from one moment to the next, and it was like
her like touching his face, like, yeah,
and then
we're gonna bang later. And then she just looks at him and
her head got fucking twisted all the way around. She's like, ah! And she was done. Again, shocking, yeah. But I was like, oh, but we're actually getting invested with these characters. It would have been nice to see them try to make it out. You know, another issue we had was when the security guy that goes, you know, from the military from the boss and stuff, how he sabotages and traps the girl. He locks her in so she can die because she was onto him. She knew he was up to something no good. She makes it out. She's shooting her way out, and her friend is calling to her like, oh, come on, you can make it. And her final moment, she says to go, but not once did she say, don't trust him. He locked me out. That's all she had to say. He locked me out.
She was pissed. Like, she saw him like betray.
Yeah, he said it. He said they made eye contact, and he was like, yeah, I did that. He locked her out right in front of him. If I was her, I would have jumped out and been like, he locked me out. And then boom. But again, the movie, to prolong it, didn't have her say that.
Because she says that they kill him. They kill him. He doesn't screw over and kill the queen zombie
to get the head for the samples because they want to make us their own zombie army. You know, typical, you know, corporate like evil general stuff.
So they so none of that happens.
No.
And that doesn't happen. The zombies don't go after them.
Yeah. So it's just to prolong the movie. That's why they had to like make sure she didn't say that. But again, it's like maybe change the way. Don't have her come out. Have her stay locked in.
Then have her die.
Have her die when she's locked in. Not jump out the window and
don't give her a final moment.
Yeah,
because she had enough time to scream it out.
Yeah, and it was a cool final moment.
And she was even like she was thinking about what to say. Like just say it.
And I was rooting for her. I wanted her to survive. I was like, oh come on, like don't. So then when she made it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. She's getting her moment. But then she didn't say it. So it just ruined the whole moment for me. Because if she had said it, then died, or at least tried to say it, then okay, I'll forgive it. Because that was actually pretty cool. Her jumping out the window and fighting her way out. But
it could have helped.
You know, they just wanted to prolong it or whatever. But that was that. And yeah, those zombies are having babies. Zombie babies, yeah, you gotta nuke that town. Once the zombies are having babies and they have a leader that knows what he's doing.
Was it the zombie rights?
Yeah, they were like protesting. I don't know. It was very weird.
But yeah, just nuke them. Like, dude, they're making.
You gotta
babies.
nuke them if they're having babies and they're forming their own little army over there. You gotta go. You gotta nuke them.
Yeah, you're done.
You gotta nuke those puppies quick, very quick.
But I don't get the whole nuking thing. I think the whole point of the quarantine camp was because it was in the nuke zone.
That's what I thought.
By the end of the movie,
Bautista's like, "Oh, go take the kids to." So I was like, "Oh, were they clear from the quarantine
blast? So why the fuck did they care?"
Because I mean, a nuke, that's a big blast. That's gonna go miles and miles. Well, radiation. I was a little confused about that part too. Maybe we missed something.
Because by the end of the movie,
she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go get those kids."
Yeah.
But the nuke went off. So how did that work out? Because if they weren't in the nuke zone, then yeah, just fucking nuke them. You got to clear that out. Those zombies are done.
I don't know why
they're having babies. They got spears. It's like Planet of the Apes, but zombies. You know, they're evolving.
Just nuke them.
Which I like that idea. I like that concept of like, you know, the zombie with the fucking helmet, the alpha zombie with the helmet, and the queen and the king. It's very like, it's kind of scary. Just kind of with the cape. Yeah, like
I should get pregnant though.
Those zombies know what they're doing.
But
they have their ways.
I don't know if he banged her or was he using those people.
Who knows? They were doing something in there.
Again, the movie didn't really explain a lot.
Yeah, it was kind of like it left it at that.
Yeah, like I feel like it should have explained more how they involved.
Yeah, but all in all, you know what? It's not the best, but
it's whatever.
It's average. It's fine. We had some fun with it. There's some parts I laughed. I laughed at some of the jokes. I did like the characters. Again, when it was being that type of movie, but then when it was going into that more dramatic side,
and they don't get the money. which I was like, okay.
Yeah. I wish there was some sort of something, but the movie leaves you empty, like with nobody. There's no satisfaction by the end.
He wanted to go for the shock value. Oh, look, they all die.
Yeah, like they didn't make it, the zombies and stuff.
But and the whole when he saves his daughter, like, dude, you're being chased. And you didn't want to do a little mushy staring at each other.
Again, being problematic just to like prolong.
Like, you run to a chopper, and you do this shit later.
Yeah. If he just got in the chopper and then left,
that's it.
He wouldn't have been bit. He would have survived. Good to go.
But no, like, he's like walking
the stare. It's like that classic stare.
He's walking
smile.
slow to the chopper. He's like staring at his daughter, smiling.
We're safe. When you know that guy is out there somewhere. That alpha is a fucking beast. It's a beast. So scary.
Yeah, because I think that was the first zombie in the beginning.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That's why they were like so... That's interesting. But, yeah. I mean, anything else?
It was whatever.
We love you, Zach.
Yeah, but...
It was fine. It was,
I really, the ending, really, I was like, wow, I wasted... I felt like all that was for nothing.
Yeah,
I was
all
like,
that
when you
was
beat
for nothing.
Outlast for the first time, it's like, oh, that was for nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't a very satisfying ending, but whatever.
And the daughter.
Yeah. Again, if it was just a more condensed movie, have fun with it. Cut some of that runtime.
More like an action comedy.
Make it more condensed. You'd have.
This should have been an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah, under 2 hours.
Action comedy. It's just a fun
have
time.
Fun
just
with
try
it.
to break it. Try to steal some money.
Yeah. You get some cool action,
But
it is what it is, But and Zach,
I don't want a sequel.
Zach had full creative control on here. I'm happy to see that.
But he wants to let him do something else. I don't want a sequel. There's no point.
Yeah.
Now it's in Mexico?
Yeah, because apparently with this, it was gonna lead to like an anime thing. Like it's like this whole little universe about that stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know if that's true, but
I don't know the way the movie's getting received. I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
All that's being canceled now.
Yeah, let's see.
Because again, it's like what's the sequel? What, they go to Mexico now?
Not a sequel, but I think they're gonna do like little animes and stuff. They're gonna like branch it out, make this little world out of it.
Yeah,
I can see that, but let's see.
But I don't care about the world. So.
Yeah, I like the concept.
It's cool.
But I mean, again, they nuked it, so.
Well,
where do you go from
now
there?
This guy is.
Yeah, but.
So now he's just gonna spread it again.
Spread it again, but I don't think they would be the same because they nuked the originals. He would just turn into kind of like one of the dumb ones.
And he die easily.
Yeah. So where would it really branch to? But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Army of the Dead. We're gonna have another episode out soon. We'll have a lot more out, so don't worry. We've been streaming on Twitch as well. Thank you guys for checking us out on there. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening and for watching. We appreciate all your support. Feel free to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on audio, you can leave us a like, leave us a good rating, subscribe to us if you enjoy it. And yeah, guys, till the next one. Goodbye.